One of my favorite companions in Fallout New Vegas is the little iRobot you get in game called Ed E, also known as EDE. There's some cool options that go along with this story depending on what faction you might be trying to help, and I figured we'd go over the recordings and some things people might not know about the story, and we'll go over that in this video. So here we go. So Ed E could be found in Primm at the post office. You go in there, you'll see him lying on the table right here. You gotta kind of fix him up. So depending on what skills, basically either repairing or science, if you have high of either or, you can put them together pretty easily. If you don't have any high skills in either of those, then you gotta go scavenge some parts in game. So as you can see here, I needed 3 pieces of scrap metal, 2 sensor modules, and some scrap electronics to put Ed E together. And once you do so, you can have him as your companion. So you notice that Ed E has some recordings stored on him, and basically he has some important data that one of the scientists that made him has stored in his memory banks, and it's up to you to go to the proper place in game and uncover that data. And as you roam around with Ed E, you kind of get the sense that some of the information stored on him could be very useful to some of the factions trying to gain power within the wasteland.
Subject E, diagnosis complete. Begin recording. My name is Whitley. I'm a researcher at Adams Air Force Base. Until recently, I was in charge of the Duraframe reinforcement project for the combat model eyebots. Eyebot Duraframe Subject E is both the prototype and the last functional model in this test group. I was prepared to make several significant upgrades to the machines. However, as the project was canceled and all Duraframe assets are being diverted to Hellfire armor, I am sending this model to the Navarro outpost. If you're listening to this log from one of our Enclave outposts in Chicago, give this unit whatever repairs it needs so it can continue to Navarro.
So when you first get Ed E, that's the message you'll hear until you find the proper place in game to uncover some more data that he has stored inside of him. So what happened with me is, on a playthrough I was running around with Arcade and the eyebot, I went to Dr. Hildern's office at Camp McCarran. So after speaking with Dr. Hildern, Arcade had some comments to make about Dr. Hildern and what his role is in the wasteland, and then all of a sudden Ed E plays this recording.
Download complete. Begin recording. Navarro Outpost Scientists, I am glad that EDE has reached you. You will find several data banks of information on this machine. Please handle this information with the utmost care, as it represents the sum total of the results of my research on the Duraframe eyebots. There are also several data banks with information on my research into Poseidon Energy, and some projects they were working on in the Mojave area.
So some time goes by, and I make my way to the Follower of the Apocalypse's base, and I'm basically just standing there for a little bit, trying to look through my inventory, and all of a sudden, Ed E has another thing to say, and a message is relayed to me.
Hello? Hi, are you there? Oh, right. You can't respond. Listen, I'm using your robot as a relay to get this message to you. I've picked up some unusual chatter regarding your robot. It seems that it has some information that we could use. Oh, wait, where are my manners? This is Lorenzo, a knight with the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd be very interested in examining your tech. Could you bring your robot to one of our patrols so they can examine it? I'll have the robot mark the location on your map.
So from there, I get ready to go to the Robco factory. I'm pretty excited to go check out this knight from the Brotherhood of Steel and get some more information on just what is going on with this iRobot. So I make my way to the Robco facility, and this is what I find when I get inside. So basically when you're in here, you want to make your way up to the 3rd floor. And also the pit boy will tell you exactly where you need to go as well for the mission. So you're going to make your way to some steps like this that'll lead them to this room. And you will go to this hallway and look to the right, and there'll be the dead body of Lorenzo, the guy that sent you that message. You grab that holotape and you'll receive yet another relayed message from someone from the followers of the apocalypse this time.
Hi there, my name is April Mortimer. I monitored a communication earlier between you and someone with the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm with the followers of the apocalypse. We're much more liberal about the sharing of technology than those Brotherhood people. Bring your robot to us. We'll see that whatever information it may have on it is used for the greater good.
So now at this point, you have a choice to make. Use the data on Ed E and give it to the followers of the apocalypse, or give it to the Brotherhood of Steel, who just like to hoard technology and keep it for themselves.
This shouldn't be too surprising, but I'd prefer you let the followers examine it. Hopefully the reasons are obvious.
So I chose to give the information to the followers of the apocalypse.
Great. Then all is right with the world.
Thank you for coming. Let's talk about that robot. The Brotherhood is all about keeping technology to themselves and using what they find to protect themselves. They are isolationists and belligerent. I have no doubt that they plan to use the data for weapons research. I've heard through our channels that it has some research that may be related to Enclave and Poseidon energy technology. I'd like to get what I can from it and use that data for the good of humanity. All of humanity, unlike the Brotherhood. First, I'm gonna pull off whatever log data I can. Then I'll use some of the tech around here to upgrade its weapons systems. Shouldn't be more than a few days' work. Thank you. I'll get it back to you as soon as I can with the upgraded weapon systems.
So from here, Ed E is going to be gone, and he won't be usable as a companion for a few days. So have some fun, kill some stuff, blow some shit up. And eventually, after a few days go by, you're going to get a message in-game letting you know that Ed E is back in action, and he has returned to Primm. So you go back to the post office in Primm, go talk to Ed E, and basically the quest will be completed. Eddie, my love, complete.
Diagnosis complete.
And that's how you complete
My name is
Ed
Whitley.
E's story
I'm a
in
research
Fallout
fan
New
of the Air Force
Vegas.
Base.
Thanks for
Until
watching,
recently, I was in
guys, and
charge
you
of the
guys have a
Duraframe
great one.
reinforcement.